right, everybody, you're gonna like this. Welcome back. My next guest is a music superstar who has sold over 100 million albums worldwide. Yeah. He broke into the music scene with the Fugees, has his own successful solo career, has written hits for Destiny's Child, for Shakira, Whitney Houston, and Carlos Santana. Everybody, please, put your hands together for my man, Wyclef Jean.
What up, family?
Man, what's up, man?
So I'm getting in from Jamaica.
Yeah.
I was doing a show called Shaggy and Friends. They was building a hospital for children. So me tell them, yo, I may go see Steve Harvey. They might tell me from Jamaica, I'll bring you a bead.
Yeah.
This is more blessings and more blessings from the people of Jamaica, man.
Putting it on right now.
Yeah.
You've been a musician, man, Clef, for over 30 years, man.
Yeah, man.
Where does love of music come from?
I mean, for me, it started off in Haiti. You know, being born from a place with nothing. Then you born in a hut. By the time you get to Brooklyn, you in Marlboro Projects, so you automatically feel you rich. You know what I mean? You go from a hut. I tell dudes, I ain't from the project. I'm from a hut. So you know, you get there.
Yeah.
And Daddy was a minister, so the love for the music really just came from the gospel in the church. So we've been playing and singing since we've been like kids inside my daddy's church.
Now, okay, your dad's a minister. Did he support your style of music?
Oh, no, not at all. I used to have to sneak, you know what I mean? That was called devil music. My father was like, this is drug dealer music. I never want you to listen to it again, you know what I mean? So by the time I was 15 years old, I discovered jazz through a teacher when I went to Velsburg High School. And once I started studying like Thelonious Monk, Miles Davis, all that just changed my thinking on how I saw music, definitely. Yeah, man. Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something, man. I had never heard this story before, but you started making music in a basement down in Jersey.
Yeah.
But you met some up-and-coming artists there.
Yeah.
Like, for example.
So in my basement, I was like the Haitian Dr. Dre in my hood, you know? So straight up, so if you want a beat, you gotta come see me. And a lot of people came through the basement. I remember Erykah Badu coming through the basement, Akon, I mean, everyone was just, and no one was like famous yet, you know? It was just people that would stop through the basement. Just, because I sat back and watched all my peers just blew up that came from that basement.
Wow.
It was incredible, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh, and you, I'm having a flashback here. Apollo Theater. Like, you was like, yo, the next group coming up right now.
Man.
You remember, like, and then that crowd was so hard, because the crowd was sitting down, and I was like, yo, we gonna turn this crowd out. And what turned them over was when I started freestyling in different languages. So I started with the French. I was like, quand je marche de la vallée de la mort, je ne crains aucun mal, car tu es avec moi. Then I went to Spanish. Mira, amiga, buenos dias. And then by the time we turned up, the whole crowd was like, because that was like the hardest thing, to rock the Apollo Theater.
Hey, man, I've introduced you, the Fugees. I introduced Lauryn Hill, came there when she was 13.
Yeah.
I introduced a lot of people came through there, man. Hey, man, you've also created this Grammy Award-winning song with Maria Maria with Carlos Santana, 17 years after all of that.
Yeah.
What I mean is, after that, 17 years after that, DJ Khaled and Rihanna sampled it with their hit Wild Thoughts that they got. That's 17 years after you created this song with Carlos Santana. What'd you think of their use of it?
I mean, you know, I get the call from DJ Khaled. That's my friend. Like, we go way back, like Zoe's in Miami, you know, and with Khaled, it's a lot of energy, and you know how the call gonna start off. My brother, you know we the best, right? Yeah, my bro, you already know we the best. So how we gonna do this, you know? You're like, yo, listen, I know this your song. I know Santana don't be playing nothing, but you know, I know Santana's like your godfather, you know? we gave Santana the call. He loved it. It was just magic. And just to see, like, 17 years later, like a Wyclef song, a song that I actually wrote, gets sampled and over again. It's a great thing.
Yeah.
You know?
You always managed, though, Wyclef, to stay relevant.
Yeah.
Over the years, man.
Yeah.
Even in socially conscious issues. Yeah. Because you fought so hard for Haiti, man.
Yeah, it was no joke. I would say for me, one of the hardest things I ever did besides losing my father, which was probably the hardest thing, was trying to become president of Haiti. I mean, I definitely lost a lot, I sacrificed a lot. But what I didn't want to do, like in the course of history, was I didn't want the legacy to be like, yo, he sold 100 million records, and when his people really needed him, 250,000 people under the rubble, where was I? You know, and now I could probably say I was on the ground, picking up bodies, giving water, you know, pulling kids out of the rubble, you know?
Yeah.
And that makes me feel good.
That's right. That's right, man. And now you got this new album out, Carnival 3.
Yeah, man.
The fall and rise of a refugee.
Yeah.
This comes 20 years after the release of Carnival 1, man, and 10 years after Carnival 2. Yeah. Why'd you wait 10 years between albums?
I ain't really playing carnivals out like that. I ain't even that smart. It's just that this the sequel. We're done with the carnivals. The carnival always happens when an epiphany happens to me. It was like after the presidential run and everything, I understood that my strongest power, it comes in my art. And this is basically like going inside and through my art. So I feel like if I want to move my country forward now, it starts with my art. So just keep growing my art, bringing awareness and helping people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the rumor has it that you're bringing the Carnival tour out on the road, as well as a night of a symphonic hip hop. What can fans expect to see at these shows?
Well, I mean, I'm sort of like the Cap Calloway of hip hop, for real, you know? And it's so funny because we're going out with a full orchestra. And I was actually one of the first rappers to ever play Carnegie Hall. And I brought out my music teacher. So when you come in to see Wyclef, you're gonna come and see a full-blown orchestra. So this is gonna be unique. Like, for me, it's something for the fans and for everybody to come see me. And you see I got like 3 instruments there. I got 2 guitars, 1 bass. I play like 15 instruments, you know?
Yeah, I've known that about you. Hey, folks, we got a special treat for you. Wyclef is gonna stick around and gonna perform later on in the show, so don't go away. Folks, the one and only Wyclef. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Harry Lennix. My man, welcome to the show. Boy, this Blacklist, man, good, man, I can't. I done watched so many episodes of that. I'm like a season behind now.
Okay.
Because I had to binge watch them, so I'm 1 season back. But if you ain't watching Blacklist, you missing one of the best shows on TV.
But
and we got this little thing in common between us. We happen to be frat brothers from the greatest fraternity ever created.
correct.
Omega Psi Phi.
Yep.
Okay. This is crazy, Harry, because there's very few people I know did this. You went to seminary school.
I did.
Because you wanted to become a priest.
I wanted to become the Pope, actually, but...
You wanted to be the Pope?
I did. I wanted to be the first black Pope when I was about 9 years old. You know, my father died when I was not quite 2, and so my mother raised us. And so whenever I used the word father, you know, I always associated with a guy in a collar. And so I figured that since I was able to do so well in that system, that I wanted to be that for other children and to become a priest. And if I were going to spend the time to do that, I may as well go all the way and become the pontiff.
You was going to be the Pope.
I wanted to.
Who wants to be that? I know a lot of black people, but I've never heard one say, I wanted to be the Pope.
Yeah, well, I didn't make it. So maybe there'll be another little boy someday that'll be the first black Pope.
Hey, man, now, I know about this because you produced and starred in a musical called Revival, which you call... Now, he calls this the hippest gospel experience. Were you inspired by Hamilton at all in this?
You know, I haven't seen Hamilton, but I've been working on this with my partner, Dr. Holly Carter, for the last 6 years. This is a gospel musical on the life and the message of Jesus Christ. And we use gospel music like you grew up listening to. And then, of course, we had the great genius of a guy named Molly Music, who plays Jesus in this, and who wrote, you guys know Molly. Yeah. Well, Molly, to me, is like a black John Lennon. This guy can do anything. He does a tremendous job acting, but this is the straight-up scripture using some of the greatest sacred music ever written, which is black gospel and spiritual music. And so Holly and I are trying to create a new genre, which we're calling Black Faith Entertainment, which is strictly designed to go and win souls to the kingdom, but also give people a good time looking at this culture on display.
It's absolutely incredible what they're putting together, folks. So if you hear about it, you gotta go check it out. Hey, man, let's talk about this day job you got right now, because you're on this hit show, The Blacklist. You're the head of a secret, FBI task force. What's your favorite thing about playing Harold Cooper?
Cooper's a pretty interesting guy. You know, I think that he and Red Reddington, played by the great James Spader, have this relationship that is respectful, might be a little distrustful, but very respectful. The favorite thing I like to do is that there is a relationship between the bad guys and the good guys, law enforcement and crime, and if we're going to get to the bottom of these things, I think that we need to expose those and examine. That's what we get to do here, and I think that it makes for pretty good drama.
Yeah. Hey, Harry, I want to do something which is one of my favorite things to do. It's called uncensored rapid fire question. Okay. So let me fire some stuff at you. All right. First, what's your guilty pleasure?
Candy Crush. Candy Crush.
Really?
Yeah.
Candy Crush.
Candy Crush. It drives my wife up a tree, but I do it anyway.
I mean, man, I know some really hard dudes that play Candy Crush, but when you catch them playing it, they try to cut their phone off. Weirdest job you've ever worked?
I was a bouncer once at a club in Chicago, like some Irish dive bar on a Saturday night. I lasted one night. I was proud to have gone that far with it.
Anybody ever mistaken you for another celebrity?
I get mistaken for President Obama quite a bit, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, pleasure having you here, Harry. Harry Lennix, everybody. Listen, you can catch Harry on The Blacklist Wednesday nights at 8, 7 Central on NBC. Don't move, everybody. We'll